Yeah.
So as a believer, I can't rock with nan one of y'all.
Yeah. I see you can't put personality into it. You can't put what this person say. Both of them lying on both sides of the table. Both of them lying. So at the end of the day, you have to go with whatever policy and platform that each of them are running on.
Or you don't, and you break the whole system.
You can break the whole system, but who's gonna break the system?
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, again, if you don't, it's going to break the system. Because what they're banking on is for people to go out there and do that. So what happens if nobody goes and does that? The system gets broken.
One of them other sides gonna win.
It's just like what happened when they tried to force us to do
Somebody gonna win on Democrat or Republican side.
But
it's not gonna be like another one.
When they tried to force us to do that stuff that got our video taken down,
Mm-hmm.
they thought if everybody does it, it's gonna be okay if everybody does it. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody and so you had too many people who didn't do it, and that shut the whole system down. That disrupted everything they was trying to do. Now it's gonna come back around. It always does. But at least for the time being, at least we've had a good 2-3 year reprieve where the system that they tried to put in place got shut down because not enough people. You had a large number of people said, "No, we ain't doing that."
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. So history has proven that it works. We just have to have the intestinal fortitude and the testicular fortitude to say, no, we not rocking with y'all, and we not rocking with y'all. If you're going to say, you need to be all the way Jesus, because Jesus, anybody who wanted to receive him, he received. Anybody who was open to receive him, he received. So how can we sit here and we both saying Jesus, but then when it comes to me being oppressed, if I'm your brother, how come you not standing up for me? Mm-hmm. How come you don't have my back if I'm your brother? And we can say what we want to say. We did our video on January 6th, but if there had been a bunch of us doing that, you wouldn't have had to find us. We'd all been dead. And that shows you. So again, this Jesus that you're talking about, that people who are believers should be going on that side, that's the same Jesus that shot Sandra Massey in the face. That's the same Jesus that choked out George Floyd. That's the same Jesus that shot Tamir Rice. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. So when you tell people that's just like Jim Jones, not the rapper Jim Jones, but the cult leader Jim Jones, used Jesus and had all them folks commit suicide. And that's what the Republicans are doing. They're using Jesus, and we're going to our own destruction following them.
Now, I can't go off personality between anybody. So I can't vouch for anybody that says, if somebody says they're a Republican and they act or do certain things a certain way, all I can do is go off of what the basis of what your platform is supposed to go on. And so if your platform is more geared toward the homosexuality stuff, the abortion stuff, you know what I'm saying? Oh, just on the other side, the Democrats don't treat the Republicans, the other side just the same. They don't treat their people fairly either. You know what I'm saying? It goes on both sides. But what I'm saying is mostly if you're going off just a platform, not a personality, not what somebody says or what they don't say, because I think we both can agree both sides lie. Both sides are going to manipulate. Both sides are going to do what you want to do. But at the end, it's mostly which one. Again, if you don't want to vote at all, I know that's your case. Like, I get why you don't want to vote, because I think the system is rigged. I think the electoral college, that whole situation is just whack. I think it's all the people putting out the polls now. Kamala Harris is gaining traction with the white men in the black community. Like, what does that matter with the electoral vote? What does that matter what a poll says about a popular vote? Who cares about that? Because at the end of the day, on November 5th or 7th, whenever the election is, it's not going to go off of these polls. It's going to go off what your state go with. You know what I mean? So, and what I'm saying, like, I agree with you. I think both sides are manipulative. Both sides are contradict themselves and stuff like that. And so when I'm thinking about that, I'm not thinking about a person. I'm not thinking about a personality. I'm thinking about the policy and the platform that they run on. And again, both of them can go against their whole platform if they want to, but the Senate and the Congress is not lined up for them to do that. Because at the end of the day, I think we agree the president is pretty much a figurehead. You know what I mean? So you got Congress and the Senate pretty much running the whole thing. Because if they pass something and it's, you know what I mean, it's going to get passed if all of them agree, depending on what's that Republican or Democrat. And so it's like the Congress and the Senate is set up as Democrat and Republican. So that whole infrastructure and platform and policy is going to be implemented through the Congress and Senate. So I'm just like, the president, that's why I think it's best to choose the policy and platform, because no matter what the figurehead does, the Congress and the Senate, they hold the keys. You know what I mean? So again, this is just my view. If you're a believer, like, if you don't want to vote, I get that. Like, that's your right. Both our sides trash, I get that. But if you do vote, it's like, I don't see how you can pick this side. I think we had a conversation before. It's like, if you running on this side and you have abortion and you running on abortion, like, you have no shot at life at all. On the other side, it's about inequality. We don't have the jobs. We don't have unequal, rights and stuff like that. Like, you can supersede that with the word of God, with practical knowledge and with all this stuff. But you can't come back from, if a woman decides to get a abortion at 9 months or 4 or 5 months. And so again, we're talking about two evils, picking against two evils. That's what we've been doing for the past decades or so. And don't get me wrong, both are clown shows. Both the Republican and Democrat are clown shows. But if I had to choose with my faith and with what I'm a believer in, when you're talking about a platform and policy, not a personality, not what this Republican said or this other person said, I would have to go with this side based on that, not a personality, not whatever people are talking about Trump. He's the new King David. He's, the Lord is leading him and doing this and that. Like, I can't vouch for that. I don't care if you're a Christian or not. I don't care.